I could not be a flight attendant. Very clearly.
Give it some elbow grease. Just put. There you go. There you go, Andrew.
It's very secure.
Yeah, very secure. Absolutely.
Hey everybody, how you do? I'm still Gunnarolla, and we're here today at Terminal 3 at Toronto Pearson International Airport to take you behind the scenes of a KLM flight. Let's go.
Air travel is looking a little different these days, and it's probably been a while since you were last on a flight. So today, in partnership with KLM Royal Dutch Airlines, I'm taking you from airport to airplane on a business class flight. We'll get your questions answered by airline staff and learn a little bit more about improvements and new procedures in place to keep everyone safe.
So Sabrina, we're in the check-in area. What kinds of things do I need to bring before I get on my flight?
For check-in, you would need to bring your passport and any documents that are required for the country that you're heading to.
Right, so that could be like
COVID tests, passenger locator forms, visa requirements. You can find this information on our KLM website, which is great for passengers who haven't traveled in a while.
So walk me through the process. I'm coming through with my bags. Where do I go?
Okay, you can start off here at the self-service kiosk, which is now touchless, which is great. So if you have a smartphone, all you do is just scan the QR code and then you can start your check-in process.
What? So I can control the screen with my phone now. I don't have to touch the screen.
Exactly.
That's so cool. So how would you say your job has changed in the past year and a half?
Well, we have a lot of new checks to verify, and there's changes that are being made every day, so it's kind of keeping us busy.
After check-in comes the baggage drop. One of the perks of having a business class ticket is being able to check in 2 items, and an agent will gladly assist you through the process. Just be sure to keep an eye on the baggage cutoff time. You don't want to learn this the hard way.
So Marzi, how does my bag go from check-in to the plane? How does it end up on the plane?
So the agent will help you, assist you to put the bag tags on your bag, and then guide you to come to the self-drop-off counter, which is this one. Place your bag on the belt, and then take this machine and scan your bag tag in order to put the weight in the system. It goes to the main belt and it goes downstairs. It goes to 5 layers of security, and it goes to the X-ray machine. The reason is they need to check for dangerous good and prohibited item. After that, it goes to the KLM container.
Wow, so there are a ton of bags just flying around the airport.
Absolutely.
It must be like a maze. How long does the process usually take?
Usually takes between 10 to 12 minutes.
And that's if everything goes well.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Baggage cutoff time is very important because to get from here to the plane is still quite a bit of a journey and lots of scanning involved.
Correct,
right?
yes.
So what is the normal baggage cutoff time?
For international flight, 1 hour before departure.
So if I show up 30 minutes before my flight,
unfortunately, it's going to be too late for checking your bags.
That's why my dad likes to get to the airport 3 hours early.
Before heading through security, I'm taking you to where the action is.
All right, we're in a part of the airport that not a lot of people get to see, the office. Vesna, what is your role with KLM?
Well, I'm the Deputy Station Manager here at the airport. There is a lot of behind-the-scenes work that has to get done on a daily basis. And of course, the operation has to run too. So we're all over the place. We keep in good spirits, good energy, so it keeps us very busy.
Any tips for keeping that energy up? You're drinking like 10 coffees a day?
You know, you just gotta love what you do. And people, cultures, drives us all. So I think that's the secret.
Now I've noticed there's these cute houses. Can you tell me about that?
So, of course, KLM, Royal Dutch Airlines, I might add, is the first commercial carrier of the world. In 1919 we started. And these houses commemorate every year. KLM comes out with a special house that's significant to a landmark in Holland. So there are 101 of these houses floating around. And they're exclusive and you can only get them on KLM. You cannot even purchase them.
Now for the question I'm sure is on everybody's mind, how do I find the best fares?
Your best bet is to get on to the newsletters and you will get all the first-hand information.
All right, gonna do that right now.
Security wait times vary and can be unpredictable, so make sure to give yourself enough time to get through. There are plenty of spots at Toronto Pearson to shop, dine, and rest, but let's indulge in another one of the perks of having a business class ticket.
All right, so we're headed to one of my favorite parts of the airport. It's the lounge, an exclusive spot to grab a bite to eat or relax before your flight.
Hello, welcome to the KLM Lounge. You can follow me down.
Awesome, so excited.
Located on the 2nd floor of Toronto Pearson, the KLM Crown Lounge is your oasis of calm. It's designed to evoke a sense of flight with a touch of nostalgia, and while access is included with your business class ticket, there are a few other ways to get in. Trust me, it's worth it.
Oh, These chairs really are comfortable.
They are.
force you to relax.
Exactly, I
like
know.
I can't
It doesn't look
sit
like it because
upright.
they're so thin.
Sabrina, we are in a beautiful lounge here. How does one get access to this space?
So if you are flying in our business class, or if you are an Elite Plus status member, and if you like, you can also have a paid access to the lounge.
What are some of the features of the lounge?
So you have a selection of food and beverages. We had a self-service buffet, which now has switched over to an agent serving passengers.
Ample sanitizer everywhere.
Yes.
Lots of distancing. Lots of outlets. That's one of the most important things for
Yes.
me.
And a nice place to rest. Amazing views of aircrafts passing by.
Gorgeous.
And you can wait in the lounge until you're ready to board your flight.
Awesome. And it's actually not that far from the gate.
Just one floor down and you're at your gate.
Well, I'm gonna get a little bit of rest before my flight.
Sure,
so,
enjoy.
If you don't mind waking me up.
No problem.
We're good.
Of course, the experience isn't complete without the personalized service that KLM is known for.
All right, Meryl, give me the scoop. What's your favorite thing about working in this lounge?
We really have a good team right now, and then I enjoyed talking to the passengers. They give us like stories of why they're going to places. It's make me happy to know what they're doing and that we're gonna be a part of their experience.
While agents love getting to know where we're flying to, I want to know more about where they want to go. Like, what are some popular destinations or areas of the world where KLM flies to?
The top three would have to be Amsterdam, Africa, and Europe.
And what's on your bucket list?
Ooh, that's tricky, but I would have to say Greece for sure, Athens.
Grace. I'll see you on the beach, maybe.
For sure.
Our flight is almost ready for takeoff, so it's time to head down to the gate. Business class passengers and status holders get priority boarding, so they'll be the first on the plane.
Made it to our gate. Time to check out the aircraft.
Behind the scenes, agents and ground crew have been hard at work to make sure that our flight experience is a positive one. Before any aircraft can take off, there's one team that's responsible for making sure we can do so safely. Meet Justin.
All right, so I'm here with Justin. What is your role with KLM?
My role, I'm an aircraft maintenance engineer, and I take care of the safety and airworthiness of the aircraft.
So can you tell me a little bit about the thing that's probably on top of everybody's mind, the air filtration? How does that work on an airplane?
Okay, so these modern aircraft do have what's called HEPA filters. They are high efficiency particulate air filters, which are hospital grade. The way the system works is it pulls the air from the top of the cabin towards the floor, and that's how you prevent horizontal transmission, bacterial or viral. COVID-19 is included in this as well.
Cleanest air?
It's refreshed every 3 minutes from the outside, so it's continuously recirculating.
On the ground, crews load up meals freshly prepared at a facility nearby. With flights connecting from all over the world, Toronto happens to be one of the most multicultural routings, which means that often nearly half of the meals served on board accommodate special requests.
What we find here is all the wonderful food and beverage that you are served on board. So we've got all our food chilling in there, and what else we have in our galley is our heaters. We got fresh brewed coffee being made at all times. We serve many meals. Everything you can think of we serve, and of course it depends on the menu rotation and the seasonal changes. And we just recently introduced the Beyond Meat option in business class.
And how often do you switch it up?
We do it quarterly and a seasonal change, of course.
So I should fly once a season is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
What's the most popular meal that KLM serves?
Well, what do you think, Andrew? You take a guess.
I usually like chicken.
Bing, bing, Andrew wins the fight. You're absolutely right.
I'm
Chicken
basic.
is...
It means I'm basic.
Yeah, chicken. And number two, can you guess what number two may be?
Pasta.
Pasta. There you go, yeah.
So if I have any dietary restrictions or any special requests, when is the time to make that and how do you accommodate that?
You should be reserving those at least 24 hours in advance so that we can well prepare for you. But rest assured you will be taken care of.
Business class passengers don't just enjoy premium meals, they get the ultimate comforts with full flat seats on select aircraft.
All right. Welcome to our business class seat. Got a beautiful big screen to watch movies, a drive-through window for my neighbor, and if I've had enough of him, see you later. And the best part is that these seats go right back so I could sleep through the entire flight. I'll see ya in Greece. Sacha.
Hi, Andrew.
Nice to meet you. How long have you been with KLM?
For 26 years.
26 years. This must have been a very different year for you.
Yeah, I think for everyone.
That is true. Any funny passenger stories that you can remember? Any memorable passengers?
Yeah, well, I had a passenger that was very scared of flying, and she came up to the galley and There was another guy also there in the galley, and I said, well, if you guys talk and sit next to each other, maybe the flight will be a little more relaxing for you. They were supposed to get a different flight. She was going to go on to London. We saw them in a coffee shop, and they were not going to get their next flight. So I think they have enough. Maybe they're married now. You never know.
Okay, a little love connection in the sky. Maybe I'll find somebody.
Yeah, you never know.
All right, with Tyrone now. What is your role with KLM?
I'm a flight attendant and I love my job. Traveling the world is great. Having people on board, making them smile, giving them a safe and fun trip. Yeah, love it.
And when you're not on the plane, where can we find you? Doing other stuff?
When I'm not on the plane, you can find me on YouTube as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing travel vlogs.
So you do get some time to explore the
Yeah, we
destinations.
do.
Okay.
We do.
Do you have any favorite destinations that KLM flies to?
Most of the time I like Kuala Lumpur, one of my
Good
favorites.
food.
Yeah.
The cabin crew play a vital role in our flight experience, but there's one person who might be the most important, and we barely get to see them.
We're here with the boss, the captain. What exactly does the captain do? What are your big responsibilities?
My responsibility as a captain is to get the airplane from A to B in a safe, comfortable and quick manner in that order.
How has your job, has it changed a lot over the past year and a half?
Everything around it has changed. Of course, we had only a few passengers on board for a long time. We flew a lot of cargo flights.
What would you say is your favorite thing about working for KLM?
People think, well, it's the same every time, you push the same buttons, but it's different every time. And every flight you have new colleagues, you have a new team, so it's never boring.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for taking the time.
You're welcome. I hope you'll make a nice movie out of it.
I hope so too.
As the world slowly opens back up to air travel, it's important to remember to do your part. Respect the rules not just in the sky, but for the time after you land. After all, being a traveler means being responsible for the people that you meet along the way. And flying an airline like KLM Royal Dutch Airlines, you can be sure that you'll reach your destination safely and comfortably. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. À la prochaine.